You are watching the Nerds with Attitudes YouTube channel.
What's up, guys? We're going to go ahead and do a review on the NES Classic. We're going to go over the system and also the games. So this is the NES Classic. Look how small this is to the original. Whoa. So to plug in the controllers, we're going to have to remove the cover plate, the axes, the controller port.
Thankfully, again, like I stated, Nintendo did not screw us all over with the length of the cord. They have actually given us a lengthy cord to deal with this time as opposed to the 3-foot cord that was given to us on the NES Classic. For once, Nintendo did something right.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to show you how to do a save, a suspended save as they call it. So go ahead, Dr. Poop, and play a game. We're gonna make a suspended save. All right.
For me, I think this is like gaming was at its like best for us at our age. Now, when you look at it, like these were some of the best games that came out.
Okay, so F-Zero does not have an in-game save system.
But
okay, go ahead and press the reset button now. So what you do is you press the reset button on the SNES Classic, and you go down. You press down, and then it gives you 4 slots where you can save, and you just press Y. Okay, so now press start again, and it takes you back. All right, so back out and go back to the menu, and go to Mega Man X, where you're playing. Okay. Okay, now go to Mega Man X. And start again. Start from the beginning. Yes. God, you messed that up royally. Go to Mega Man X.
Just start the game, dude. There you go.
Okay, and now, see, what you're supposed to show you is you start from the beginning, and now go back and press reset. And go down to the previously saved slot and press start. And now you start from here. And that's how you do a suspended save. My suggestion is on games that do have an in-game save system like Legend of Zelda, Secret of Mana, and even Mario World, do not use that because you can get confused. And it also warns you. It warns you that it says it might overwrite the in-game save if you do a suspended save. So I would suggest you just do it on games like F-Zero, Contra, Ghosts and Goblins that don't have an in-game save system, and do the suspended save.
I would almost say I would just avoid using the in-game save period and just use the suspended save system because it seems to be just slightly more foolproof.
You could do that.
I would just go that way personally, just because then you don't have to worry about the in-game save botching or being overwritten somehow. You pick and choose when you want to stop the game at that point. You can save whenever you want with it, as opposed to having to get to a save point in some of those games, like especially RPGs. Always having to find that save spot. I think using the suspended saves is a little more reliable almost after looking at this.
Okay, yeah, so that was it, showing you the suspended save. So
it's a great feature. Honestly, it's a great feature.
It is, especially on like Ghosts and Goblins. If you ever try and beat that game, or another hard one is a lot of people might not say this, but Castlevania 4, I think is pretty challenging. But yeah,
I could
that
see
was
that
it.
helping. Punch out, man. I was having a world of hurt earlier.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the games that are on this thing. And the first thing we're going to do is talk about the games that made the list and we're surprised that made the list. And one of those games is Secret of Mana.
Fuck that game.
You know, I wasn't surprised that game got put on there.
I was.
I wasn't. It's a good game. It's a solid game. You're not talking about games that...
Erasers.
Okay, but
Erasers is
Secret of Mana was a great game. It's a multiplayer game. It's a Zelda type game, but honestly, it's kind of a rare game. And yeah, we're surprised that it did make the list. It's an awesome game, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm glad it made the list. I mean, there's other games that I would have preferred, and we'll get into that. But it's a solid RPG. It's one of the best RPGs that came out for the Super Nintendo. So the fact that they slipped it in was really cool.
Yeah. Another game that I want to mention is the Kirby Superstar game. It's a really good game. Not a lot of people played this game. I think it's made up of Nintendo games. The Kirby games that were on the Nintendo.
Yeah, it's a compilation game. My issue with that one is you already have a Kirby game in here already. You could have done without that, personally. I think you could have just picked one or the other. You didn't need to do 2 Kirby games. Yes, Kirby has a long history with Nintendo and it's a popular franchise, but there's other games you could have put in.
Mario RPG. Mario RPG is another game. I was surprised it was on there because it's a SquareSoft game.
Yeah.
Square Enix.
And by the way, it doesn't say Square Enix. It says SquareSoft on it.
I was actually glad they put that one in because again, it's another one of those rare games like Secret of Mana that most people didn't get to play, and now they have a chance to play. So,
Secret of Mana, Mario RPG, those games are expensive.
yes, for original cards, you will pay triple digits.
Okay, what's one of the games you were surprised on, Poop?
Well, I wouldn't have put Mega Man X or Donkey Kong Country on there. I would have put Donkey Kong Country 2 and Mega Man X 2 or 3.
I think my surprise is the addition of the Kirby All-Star game was the one that I really do feel like they could have gone without.
Badass.
I'm not saying he's not, but you already have
But they want
Kirby's Dream Land.
They want to saturate the first-party games.
Yeah, but you have I know, and that's what pretty much they all are, but with Kirby's Dream Course, you could have just left it at that. The All-Stars, you could have done without because you already have it on the NES. You basically have it on the NES Classic.
But the biggest surprise of all, of course, is the addition of Star Fox 2.
Which is a major letdown.
It was kind of a disappointment. It's not like the original. If it was more like the original, yes. But the reason why they stopped production on this is they told the Star Fox team, stop what you're doing, we're going to work on Star Fox 64. So that's why it was put on hold, and it was never released.
64.
Yeah, like a hole in the head.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the games that, like we said, they were a disappointment, and maybe they should not have been on this thing.
I still think, like I said, like we could have done without the Kirby All-Star. I think Final Fantasy 3 you could have gone without. Only because, no, here's my argument. Only because I want a Chrono Trigger. I want a Chrono Trigger. That is, I mean, if you got to, but I'm saying, if push came to shove, because Earthbound's a great RPG, you got Secret of Mana, I would have just, I really did want Chrono Trigger in this.
Just give us
really
FX and Uniracers.
Why are you so obsessed with Uniracers? That game is awful.
That game was tits.
Ghosts and Goblins is the hardest game ever made.
I will completely agree to that.
Kudos to the person. If I see someone posted online who can beat this game, kudos to you, because this is one of the hardest games I've ever played.
That game is brutal.
Earthbound's another great game. That was a rare game. Again, look it up. Look how much that card is online, and you'll be happy that.
Well, you know what it was? The box was really deceiving, and Super Nintendo was notorious for that. The boxes were really deceiving.
The box art
was really deceiving on what the game was. So when you look at the cover for Earthbound, you don't know what the hell they're talking about. There's been so many Super Nintendo games that had so bizarre box covers that you didn't know what the hell they were. What it was? What was that one game with the old hillbilly-looking fucker with the banjo? Nobody knew what the hell that game was. You know.
Right. So it's a good mix of the platformers. Street Fighter, great addition to it.
I think bad pick on the version.
Should have been what?
Super Street Fighter.
Super Street Fighter, yes.
The new challengers. I think that
Slightly bigger bugs with the Super Scope 6 and the cartridge with it.
Super Scope 6.
Oh right, yeah, they're gonna add.
I would have liked, you know what though? You want to talk about an attachment though? I would like to have seen. I would like to see the Zapper on the NES personally. They didn't do it. But
Yeah, maybe.
that would have been dope. But
So yeah, pretty much. Zelda, great addition.
yeah, not a bad pick on the Zelda.
Star Fox, another great classic.
They did a good job with the ones
Super Metroid.
that they did select. F-Zero's a
Super
good
Metroid,
one.
great game.
Punch-Out's a good one.
F-Zero is kind of like the precursor to Mario Kart. And
Well, I mean, I guess if push came to shove, if you had to pick between the two, I would have gone with Mario Kart Easy. No questions asked. F-Zero's a good game, but yeah, if you've already got one racing game on here,
no
you
Turtles
could've
4, Turtles in Time, that would have been a great one.
That's a disappointment.
So was it Death and Return of Superman or Batman Returns? The best comic book games ever made?
The Superman game was good. I'll give you that. The Superman game was good. I would like to see, like I said, with this, my biggest argument with this system is you push the fact that you're now selling it with two controllers, but you limited how many two-player games were put in it.
Contra 3, Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, but it's a
Zero
fighting
Mama.
game. But that's a fighting game. What I'm saying is like co-op games. I would have liked to have seen, like we talked about, Turtles. I said Sunset Riders.
Sunset Riders.
There are great multiplayer games that they had that they didn't go forward with. And I do believe a lot of it is licensing rights. Even though people will argue going like, oh, I don't know, but a lot of these companies went under, they were bought up by other companies. You don't know what Nintendo has to go through to get the licensing rights for these games to be put onto the system. So predominantly these are all in-house games. They're all Nintendo-based games. So they don't have to deal with that whole bullshit.
Right.
I mean, Capcom's like one of the only ones, and they've always had a great working relationship with Capcom as it is. So
Yeah, pretty much that was it for the games. Uni Racers?
yeah, I don't know what is
yeah,
nice.
fuck yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like other games, like I would.
Okay, good.
The cord.
Hey, look, they didn't fuck us this time.
This time here, you're gonna have to pop the cover now.
Go ahead.
So on this system, you're gonna have to take off the cover plate.
It's okay. It's okay. Littering in. Littering in. Littering in.
Take 10.
Cover plate.
Cover it.
Pop up, pop out.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to work
you
with that.
uncover the plate like you open your zipper. Simple.
What?
Well, that's what you say. You say
That was fine. That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is he supposed to say something afterwards?
You know,
Quiet! Shut the fuck up!
this is what takes so long.
Okay.
Throw your ass out of the room soon.
Okay. Okay, did you press record?
You didn't say too long.
Press record to see if it's zoomed in. No.
I don't think that's Zoom.
Beto, we're gonna do this.
No, we're gonna.
Oh, I'm trying to see right now.
He's trying to fix it. When he starts recording,
Trying
I'll
to
do
fix
it.
it. We don't need to do that. I could just edit it.
Go.
No, this is fun.
Five.
Record. Wait.
4.
Oh, low battery.
Why
Really?
don't you say
Yeah.
3, 2, or 1?
What is it?
Just
Okay,
jump.
Plus-
you know,
Yeah.
you know.
Hey, let's do that.
In the background, we got